Big Shug, Big Shug. It's really real right now.
Mr. DL.
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Who's off?
Oh shit, we are here. It is the Danger Zone podcast, number 7.
Number 7, baby. We here, man, you know.
Lucky 7.
Yes,
Filming
sir.
here on March 9th, 2022. So what else to start with then? The death of the Notorious B.I.G. It's been 25 years.
Baby.
He's officially now been dead longer than he was alive.
Yeah, it's a damn shame, too. But we all know that. They still ain't figured out what they can figure out.
But they know who killed Lincoln.
Yeah, right. You know, was that no? Sir killed Kennedy. Lincoln, who was it? Boone's Jonathan Wilkes.
John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, see, John Wilkes Booth.
Fresh out the booth, spitting fire.
And then they said he shot Kennedy. They said he shot Lincoln, jumped off that balcony, broke his leg, and still kept running.
No shit.
Yeah, no question. That's
yeah, but you made a good point. They know all that, but they don't know who killed.
Nah.
They don't know who killed Biggie with cameras all around him.
And you know what though? But Biggie. Shout out, man. We miss you. Like I said, I had a personal relationship with him, you know, from back before he was on, and just talking to him time to time, man, over there on St. James and at the bodega, man, because, you know, we'd go to the bodega, me and Guru, and get our 40s and our blunts, maybe a chicken sandwich, cutlet, and you get everything, the beers, the weed, and the motherfucking sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? But Biggie be out there, maybe out there on the block. And even to watch him blow up was dope because I was like, damn, it's the same dude. You know, he just kept getting bigger and bigger. But
so you knew him right before he
Oh yeah. I knew a lot of rappers before that. But him, I've told the story several times because it's like, damn, you know, Guru was like, yo, come over here for a minute. And Biggie ran to the car, you know, or come on, it was Biggie, so he sauntered to the car. You know, he wasn't as big as he was when he passed, but he still was a big dude. Mm-hmm. And he said, "What's your name?" I believe he said Biggie Smalls. He said, "Yo, bust a freestyle for my man." He said, "You not right now, but when you all come back through, I will." You know what I'm saying? And then like before you knew it, you know, he was on his way, man. He was doing his thing, man. But shout out to Biggie, man. We miss you, and your music lives on, the legacy lives on. Shout out to your children, you know, who represent for you, you know, and the beat goes on, man, and hopefully, man, that new show that 50 Cent has, trying to solve famous hip-hop murders, hopefully yours can be one that's solved, so we'll see what happens, you know?
Yeah, I think they'll solve it.
I mean, it's just so senseless, though, man, because dudes wasn't even gangsters.
Yeah.
You just get shot behind some bullshit, you know, so it wasn't like cats was gangsters, man, like that. So that's what's disappointing. You know, you're supposed to make it so you can get out of that madness, but instead you make it and then someone kills you. Yeah. And like he said, no, you're nobody until somebody kills you. Well, he was somebody before, but became even greater in death. And as is Tupac, and then today a lot of these young dudes is dying before they can even. It's a commonplace to be dying at 25 or before or right after.
Yeah, because back in the the 60s and the 70s, most of the people died in plane crashes. Like only John Lennon and Marvin Gaye were the people really killed by gun violence from back then. Really, you know what I'm saying? Now it's happening every other fucking day.
Yeah, it's part of the bad side of the culture, but we live on. We celebrate him. You know, this is a day to celebrate him, and celebrate him all year, actually, Biggie, man. He's my favorite rapper, man. He really was.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I just felt like I never heard a whack song from him. It was always effortlessly how he spit. And like they say, often imitated but never duplicated. And that goes for him because, you know, you had a few sounding, you know, Gorilla Black.
Shine kind of.
Yeah. So they were looking for that, but nobody was Biggie though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he had kind of had it all going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's definitely missed. Do you think cannabis made his death date famous? Do you think anyone would have remembered he died on March 9th if cannabis didn't say it on that LL Cool J song?
Because he was one of them greats, you know what I'm saying?
What day did Tupac die?
I mean, I don't know.
Because cannabis didn't say it on a rap song.
I don't know exactly, but you know, you hear enough of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And on the East Coast, we might have heard it more. And there's some people who live by that. I know some people that personally, that was close to. And like I said, Tupac was cool with me too.
Yeah.
I'm probably like one of the people that had a relationship with both of those guys, like on some cool shit, like with both of them dudes, you know what I'm saying? And Tupac actually even more, because we was out on the road with him more, and then I was in different places hanging out with him, you know what I mean? So, like, I never hung out with Biggie, I just seen him, you know, a few times in a few different places, and spoke a few times, but Tupac I actually hung with.
All right, rest in peace to Biggie Smalls. 25 years, it's crazy. 25 years. Every time you tell these stories about back in the day, I love the stories, but every time you mention weed, I cringe because I know it was really bad. The weed.
Let me tell you. To me, I felt like the weed was good, but when we went to Cali, that shit was always better.
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, like, yo, when we go to Cali, anybody, and they had the names and they had the levels and shit, and every time I smoked with somebody out there, it was always like...
Do you remember the first weed you ever smoked that had like a name, like Northern Lights or OG Kush or something like that?
Well, see, that's some baby shit, you know, really. Because when I was a kid, weed had names. Acapulco Gold,
Panama
you know what I'm saying?
Red.
Panama, all that when I was a kid. So, and I didn't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? The weed is good, it's good.
Yeah.
You know, you would call, now this shit be crazy. You know, bathroom orange. Oh, I got that motherfucking coconut kush.
Yeah.
I got, you know, every week is something different, man. You know what I'm saying? So, dudes be making shit up, Hawaiian punch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if it's smoking good, it's good, man. You get nice. You know, that's all we looking for.
Are you indica or sativa?
Huh?
Indica or sativa?
See what I'm saying? That shit.
You know, indica, put it like this. Indica is puts you to sleep. Couch, feel it like that. And sativa is that weed that you smoke and you want to, like, you know, maybe write a rhyme. Or,
well,
you know
there's no weed that really puts me to sleep.
Oh, no shit.
Not really. Like, I will probably, you know, I don't know. To me, I always felt that weed is like that shit that returns you to being a teenager. Okay. That shit, that drug that returns you to back whenever you smoked it. Because when you smoke weed, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, kush.
I call it jazz cigarettes.
Whatever, man. You can call it whatever. But every time you smoke it, you know how you feel. And like I'm telling you, it's nothing different from the first time. You know, you high, you.
Wow, I completely, man, I would pay $100 a gram for weed that could get me high like the first time I got high.
I mean, what I mean though, what I mean, maybe it's not the highness, but it's the fact that when you're smoking, you relax.
The vibe.
I remember being young when I first smoked. I was chilling, laughing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I always been a snap motherfucker, so you know, weed was just like a gas and shit, man, whatever. And that's what some you know people call it now. You know, you got some gas. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all know who you are too. You know what I mean? And I fucks with it. You know.
How old were you the first time you smoked?
First time I smoked, I was 12 years old.
Oh wow.
This what happened. I was delivering newspapers. Yeah, back then, motherfuckers was still doing paper routes, right? Which y'all probably don't even know. But on my paper route, after you would deliver at the end of the week, then you would get a tip. He didn't have no money, but he had a joint. So she came and gave me the joint, and then they gave it to me. Now I'm not gonna be like, well, I don't smoke weed. I just marijuana or reefer at the day, and I just took it. I just took it, right? And I sat on it for a few. I sat on that motherfucker for a few because I didn't smoke yet. And then one time I connected with this girl, and we puffed it. You know what I'm saying? And then from that point on, I would smoke weed. Not all the time though. You know, I probably smoked more when I was like an older teenager than when I was like young. You know what I'm saying? Because people smoke cigarettes too in them days.
Yeah.
Heavy, like, because on the side of the pack, it wasn't saying, if you smoke this, you'll die. Cigarettes might kill you. They wasn't saying that. They had commercials still. When I was a kid, they still had commercials. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker, to get cigarettes.
Yeah, no, yeah, I remember.
Eating a sandwich, being at a cookout, cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? So,
the vending machines, you just pull
all of that. Of course, man. Break them shits, get in there, steal them, sell them to your peoples. Yeah, all that shit, man. Break a pack down, sell them as loosies, 5 cents a piece, quarter a piece. Yeah, all that shit, man. But now, it's a new light, man.
Yeah, just going to the store to get my dad's cigarettes. Like, can never do that now. So, all right, just wanted to know about that. If anyone out there wondering, watching the Danger Zone podcast, and I didn't smoke weed until I was 19. I never smoked. I never drank. I wasn't into any of that. And the night my Aunt Jenny died, rest in peace, my cousin was looking for his friend to smoke with, and he couldn't get a hold of anybody. So I was like, man, I'll smoke with you. And we went and smoked like 8 or 10 blunts. I never smoked before in my life. I was fucking ripped. So, and then ever since then, yeah. So let's keep on this hip hop shit, man.
That was funny as hell. You said
I was fucking ripped, bro. I was ripped, guy.
I remember I was in college real quick, man. We had Chris Cronin, man, wherever you are, man. What up, Chris? Ain't seen you since then. But we had a bunch of weed, and we let him crash in the room. No, one of my roommates, he was my roommate, but we let this dude Rob crash in our room. So we had mad weed, though, bunch, man. It's college shit, you know? And we were smoking one night, all night we smoking. Hey, was fucked up. We smoke, you know that young smoking, like just smoking for no reason. My motherfucking head itch, smoke. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, that was dumb as fuck. Smoke. You know, laughing your ass off, smoke. You know what I mean? So we were smoking, and these were joints after joints after joints. Now we lit, but this is normal for me and Rob. And then we all go to bed, and everybody's laying down. And then Chris sits up like a zombie, like he just comes from laying down, just sits up and goes, fuck! I'm like, we looking at this motherfucker. He said, I'm fucked, right? So I was like, yo, that shit hit him so bad where he was like, this shit fucked me up. But it was quiet as shit. We about to go to sleep. This motherfucker just said, fuck. It's just like, whoa. And if you hear this, Chris, because I ain't seen you since then, I know you remember that shit. And after then, the top of his head was popped off, meaning that he smoked all the time. But man, that shit was hilarious, man. I never forgot that shit. But yeah, man, as you were, soldier, as the fuck you were.
I don't know. We got. Did you see the Kanye West video making fun of Pete Davidson, the claymation?
Oh no!
You didn't see it? So Game and Kanye West put out the video to their song "Easy," and the whole video is like a claymation video, and they're killing Pete Davidson and burying him. Man, you didn't see this?
Nah, they're giving them too much energy though, man. For real.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
they're giving them so much energy that I'm starting to think it's not real. Like they're not really a couple, and it's just kind of a publicity thing.
I mean, you never know, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of time, man. The next level is similar shit, but it's just at a higher level. It's crazy.
Damn, I wish you watched it because I really wanted to make fun of that with you.
No, I didn't. You know, you should hit me up, man. I would have peeped.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I've been doing so much shit.
So if you guys haven't watched that, go check it out. It's unfortunately it's a bad video, quality-wise, for a billionaire. For a guy who has $1 billion, the video was kind of weak.
But you know what, though? But see, that's what happens, though. Like, because of what it is, you're going to watch it even if it was done on a phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
All right, so you didn't see that.
No.
What about, did you see Slaughterhouse melting down on a group Instagram Live?
I heard about that. I didn't see that.
I watched it. It was kind of weird, man. It's another thing where I'm like, why are these people doing this shit on live?
So, you thought it was weird?
I thought it was, I don't know. Sometimes I think shit's fake. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like,
it's so weird it's fake.
Yeah, like why would you do this on live on the internet when you could just? I don't
know.
If me and you had a problem about something, like, oh, we did this song and you don't like the song, but I put it out anyway. Would we argue about it live on the internet, or would we talk about it?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, like I don't know. This is just weird to me.
But sometimes, you got the word weird.
It's weird, kid.
And if you put an O underneath it,
oh, there you go.
What is that?
A weirdo.
Weirdo. And if you put an arrow next to that.
Pointing at me?
No, I'm just I'm just not fucking with you. Nah, that should be weird. I mean, I never been one myself anyway to like really just talk about everything online. Like, some motherfuckers, that's their life. That's the era we're in. So, it is what it is, man. Yeah. You got to take everything with a grain of salt, man. You know what I'm saying? And just keep it moving. So, I mean, entertainment is entertainment. You got motherfuckers entertaining themselves. Go on TikTok, man, and see like some of the goofies. I see kids, man. I see kids that I used to coach and that I see when they was little kids that now they're young adults. They goofy as hell on that motherfucker. Yeah. They don't even got a clue how goofy they shit is. But everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants that moment.
You think? I think that's what it was because. So basically, for anyone that didn't watch it, Crooked Eye and Joel Ortiz are going to continue the Slaughterhouse brand.
Right.
Without these two, because Royce the 5'9" made some post that if Joe Budden, it's like a whole. If Joe Budden's not in the group, he's not in the group. So these other two guys, decided, all right, well, we're just gonna keep
Little bit.
doing the group under this name, and then so they had this big argument about it live on live, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, first of all, I never really believed Joe Budden. I feel like everything he says is like a scripted thing that he says. Nothing personal against him. It's just how I see when he talks. Like I always feel like it's scripted. So I don't know. I just kind of thought it was not real.
I mean, it could be like that's something that like I'll look at. I'll look further in, but some shit has to pique my interest. Some shit, man, be so sideways that I mean, like we're partially right here in the business of some of that informing certain situations like that and stories. So yeah, it's some good shit to see. But then some shit is so stupid, it's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not even paying attention to like a lot of shit, man. Like, 'cause it's just, it is what it is, man. I'm here and I spit it real. So, and we that's what we try to do. I mean, we got the sides of the stories or whatever, but spit that shit real, man.
All right, I got this one more.
What do you got there, buddy?
I got a few more, but I want to talk about this one before I know you have probably someone stupid as hell this week.
Yeah, we got that. A few more other things. But we can stay on this hip hop.
So Nas shared a photo on Instagram.
I know this. Yeah.
And the photographer who took the photo is now suing him for sharing the photo. I guess it wasn't supposed to be shared or how. Because what do you think about that? Whose side are you on, the photographer or the subject?
I'm always going to be on the side of Nas, of the person who actually you're in the picture. Like I have a picture that I took. Somebody else says somebody else took it, but I know I took the picture because I have it at my house of Tupac and Guru. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now that's Tupac in the picture. You know what I'm saying? Like I could do whatever I want with the picture.
It's in front of a Public Enemy poster?
It's just we was chilling. All of us was chilling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And him and Guru was in the picture. Somebody else said they took the picture, but that's not the case. I took that picture. We was there. And shit, ain't no issues with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So today everybody's trying to get something for nothing.
Okay, well here's a question. I'm a photographer. I still kind of side with Nas on this one, but I'm a photographer. Let's just say I did a photo shoot with you and I paid you money to do a photo shoot with me. And because I got this big thing coming out that I'm trying to promote, and I got Big Shug. He's going to be my guy. And then you go and share the photos that I paid for. You know what I'm saying?
It has to be known, though.
Yeah.
That has to be known.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That has to be said, and then that's word of mouth. Or written.
Yeah, written, definitely.
You see what I'm saying?
Everything should be written.
And I don't think that probably was the case. You know what I mean? Because then you wouldn't, there's no agreement or whatever, some shit, then he's saying and doing whatever he does.
Yeah.
I have pictures myself now that of situations that I've never put out ever, because it's the time for them, you know what I mean? So, and I'm not a photographer, even though everybody thinks they're fucking photographers with these phones.
As far as the artist though, the Nas in this situation, he owns his likeness. So if you're trying, that's another thing. If there's no contract saying I own these pictures, here I paid you for them.
Right.
Like it's just like if I bought a verse off you, then you went and just put it on your album, and you know what I mean. Even though I paid for it, it's kind of like the same thing.
We here at the Danger Zone podcast.
Yeah,
Number 7.
Make sure you go check us out on Instagram. We're on Instagram now.
Right.
Facebook, Big Shug on YouTube, Ill Manor Films on YouTube.
Right.
Keeping with this hip hop shit, man. Today, yesterday technically, today in hip hop history, Gang Starr dropped their 4th LP, Hard to Earn, 28 years ago today. Right.
What that means is that I'm extremely young. The crazy thing about it is that's the first album I ever rocked on. The song F.A.L.A. Right? And then that's when the iconic move up to make the picture of the actual Gang Starr Foundation, which is myself, Big Shug, Jaber the Damager, and Group Home, Malachi the Nutcracker, and Lil Dap. Right? That's what Gang Starr Foundation came, because that was our group following Gang Starr. And now we started calling family and friends, extending it, Gang Starr Foundation. But the actual core, the actual group, the actual foundation is us. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Lil Dap, the Malachi Group Home. Shout out to Jaber the Damager. And shout out to myself, Big Shug, Gang Starr Foundation. But it was so dope because that was my first joint. I freestyled that too. But I was like, damn. What happened was Guru actually had bought the beat brought the beat back from
Word to
France.
Mike Tyson? Word to Mike Tyson.
You know, but he bought that beat. Because I was word to Joe Frazier, so he had to follow. But he brought the beat back from France. He kind of looped it. And then me and him would spit those verses. And then Premier touched it. Once he heard it, he was like, yo, this shit's dope. And then I'm like, damn, because that's my first shit I'm really spitting on the album. I'm like, damn, okay. And then he put the figgity fuck around, you lay around, and mixed it, EQ'd it, and added what he had to add to do what he had to do to that beat to make it pop. Because it was just Guru who looped. And the rest of it was like, that's hard. So every time I see Hard to Earn, that was the birth. You know what I'm saying? Because then now motherfuckers, I would do the rhymes sometimes before that album came out, right after our Jazzmatazz shows. Like when even Tupac heard that shit, he wilded out, that verse. You know what I mean? Because I used to do it.
That's the one he told you to keep doing.
Mm-hmm.
To keep doing.
Yeah, he didn't know. Like he knew I was gonna rock, but he didn't know when, obviously. So, but Hard to Earn, Mass Appeal was on there, I believe. That was the big joint. We had fun. We had a photo shoot. I believe Headquarters was at that too. Or no, he might have been at Moment of Truth. But rest in peace, Headquarters. We had a good photo shoot that day. We were Timberland up. You see the picture on the back of the album. Everybody had on Timbs, man. We was like the Tim outlet. You know what I'm saying? But we was young, man, and we was at it, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out, man. It was a pleasure and an honor to be on that album. Hard to Earn. If you never heard it, pull it up. Gang Starr, one of the greatest, man.
I had that poster. That was one of the posters I had.
Mm-hmm.
That one was dope, bro. I didn't realize that was the first album you were on.
Yeah.
I knew you were on it, but I didn't realize that was the first one.
Yeah, that shit was it, man. That's as long as you ain't got.
So your rap career started 29 years ago today.
Well,
it's professionally,
it really started in probably like
28 years ago, whatever it was.
92, 93, because that's when I was first like getting on some things. You know what I mean? And because I had that song done even before the album came out. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, but in the story of Big Shug, that would be.
Yeah.
They would be. This is the record he was first on.
And then I was like doing.
This is your Live at the Bar.
Actually, I started getting features and shit like that, But my I'm here verse though was definitely the Militia.
Yeah.
Because that's when motherfuckers started being like, yo, who the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was great time.
Well,
man.
Crush was before the Militia.
Yeah, but Crush was known very well, but Militia was just.
Yeah.
Plus,
Militia,
it's just, man, it was some other shit. But it was great though, man, and appreciate it. Shout out to my man Premier, we doing some things, so.
All right.
But as we go, huh?
So yeah, shout out to DJ Premier, rest in peace to Guru.
Yes.
28 years.
Love you, man, miss you, you know what it is.
28 years and people are still playing that album. That's fucking good, man.
I want to give a shout out to Snoop Dogg too, as we do. Because it's known that he helped Benny the Butcher get the most money out of his Def Jam deal. And it's crazy because he spoke on like Benny just feeling like they lowballed him, and then Snoop, with his positioning and who he knew and how, he knew how the business went, he was able to speak for him, so to speak, and he was able to get the most money. So that was the jump off for him, and I thought that was dope. I don't got to get in the detail of the story, but I just
I saw that they kind of lowballed him, and Snoop was like, "Nah, hold on a second."
I thought it was dope. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Snoop on that.
Benny the Butcher speaking on Conway the Machine's comments that he's gonna leave Griselda.
Right.
What you think about that?
I mean, there comes a point that sometimes men have to stand in their own area, their own domain, take their own charge, man. Life is to be lived. Life is to try to recognize as much you can about what you can do, too. You know what I mean? Like I said, the rest of your life could be tomorrow. So, man, we can be empowered, but be empowered though, with that wisdom, it's business or whatever it is. And if you think you can step out and do that, then you're supposed to. Because like they say, nothing beats a failure but a try. So, and if you got to stand outside of there and to make it greater, then so be it. If that works for you, hopefully it does. Because that's what we're all ultimately trying to do, be at the top. So I ain't mad at it, bro.
Shout out to Benny and Conway, though. I got some music out with them. You can check it out on my channel.
Yeah? Is it hot?
It's always hot, man. If it started like Mr. DL, then the rest of it's going to be fun.
Word? Okay. Sounds good to me. Also, Travis Scott donates $5 million to the Project Heal following the devastating Astroworld tragedy last November, Travis Scott will be donating $5 million to various causes he views as important. That if anybody doesn't know, that Astroworld concert turned into a travesty. It was just crazy. Like, he got smashed and killed, and But this is him trying to donate, trying to help. You know what I'm saying? One of the initiatives will be $1 million in pledged scholarships for students at historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs known the most. Also, seniors who have achieved great academic greatness but struggle to pay for their education, some of the money will be going to them. And so much more things. So I give a shout out to Travis Scott, because you can't never bring lives back, but you can't do things that matter, so.
You can do things that make future lives
that's
better.
That's going to help. Yeah, that's going to help. So I give it to him on that, Also, man, listen, I just want to give a shout out to my man, Chops, Chops Forever. Follow him on Instagram. He got a new project out, Cobra Mentality.
Fat Chops?
Yeah.
Same guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, so, check him out, man. He been around for a minute, but, sometimes, man, you got to keep on, man, banging at this wall till you knock it down, but he definitely has some good music, so check that out, you know what I'm saying? And, keep pushing. I seen a few questions, though, too.
I have one right here.
On the podcast, huh?
Our first question from the people on Facebook. You can ask us questions on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever. Have you fought anyone famous?
I've never fought anybody that was, supposed to be famous or whatever, or in the business, because there was no reason for them to suffer. Back then in those days, I'm fucking around, but I'm being truthful too. Like, I can't even think. Nobody even wanted to bring it to me like that as we moved through the business. So I was cool with everybody, man. That was the vibe, man. The vibe, is what we brought. We brought that kind of vibe, man. You know what I'm saying? When I met other artists and situations, and there was times when I was on tours and freestyling backstage with nobody. It didn't matter. It was me, Redman, Craig Mack, rest in peace, and K Solo. People just rhyming and freestyling. It was that simple. So, you know what I mean? Nah.
Really? That surprises me. I feel like you don't want to say that.
Nah. Never had to. If anything, it was always altercations.
Like, I feel like you beat up Weird Al or something. You don't want to talk about it.
Nah, I would tell you, man, because I would, and ain't no shame in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? And plus, man, you can give the game away. It's up to the people to what they do with it. So, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't. I had to fight more fans than people in the business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Out of jealousy and out of, I remember one time signing autographs, and I see a fan from my peripheral vision. For all y'all that know what that means, to the side, right? I was seeing somebody running from far. And I was like, this motherfucker's really trying to run up on me because he was mad and yelling and shit. So I signed a little autograph, gave it back to the person. And right before he got to me, I had enough time to turn and squint and sock the shit out of him. Bow! I'm glad I didn't kill him, but I socked him. Because I'm like, think about it. I'm just signing autographs. This motherfucker's running full speed, ready to run me over. I don't know what he was going to do. Could have had a knife, could have wanted to stab me, but we weren't going to find out about that. So, but I fought more, got more into it with fans and shit. But not now. Now, man, on the OG movement and just the movement itself, the type of people coming, and they always show love at the concerts and shows and shit that I do and a part of. So it's been beautiful like that. So. But I never fought nobody in the biz, man, you know what I'm saying?
So that question was from Chris Rose.
Chris, man, thanks, we appreciate that.
Thanks for watching the podcast.
Yeah.
Next question says, tell us a story about the last Gang Starr concert and about Guru at that time. Like, what was your last show like with Guru?
It's kind of wild because the last show with Guru, we were in Utah. I think it was Utah. Yeah, Colorado. Colorado probably. Guru was saying that he was going home. He was going to lead the tour. He always say that shit, so nobody, you do like the fuck out of here with that shit, But he was always like, I'm going home. So this one specific show, he went home. Now we still got the show to do. It's sold out and everything outside. We get together, me and Preem and a couple others, and I said, listen, there's a few of us here. I believe Stax was there, me. So we got joints. And then you got to play the classics, Preem. you know, and we'll just have like a big ass party. We'll explain to the crowd what happened. Yeah. And so boom, we went out there and rocked that show. We rocked. You know what I'm saying? I probably did Crush and whatever else, and Militia and such, and Stax probably did his shit, and then Preem was doing all the hits. And I never seen Guru again after that. So it was crazy that he left. Because, I mean, like I said, every time he would be saying, you know, he was leaving, get the fuck out of here. That was the mentality, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was the last time I seen him, man, you know. And
oh, no shit.
He was good. He was with his man, though, too. You know what I'm saying? He was with his man. I don't even want to give him the energy with the name, but he was with dude that he was with the last days. Yeah. You know, we didn't like that situation anyway, and that was some different shit, you know what I'm saying? But
now, were you guys ever in your life an everyday, hanging out every day type of friendship? Yeah.
Oh yeah. When we first got together, and I went to Atlanta, we were hanging out every single day.
Okay.
Every day. Then we came back to Boston, hung out every day, and then we went back to Atlanta, like on our own, trying to like make it. You know, then we had a fire. That's how we came back, and then that's when like shit changed a little bit.
Then now, when you first met Guru in Georgia, weren't you like defending him, but you didn't really know who he was?
No. When I first met him, some dudes I was hanging out with from Boston got clowned. Somebody clowned them on taking their sneakers, and I had to go to the football house and get them sneakers back. Okay. So it was me against the whole football motherfuckers talking about, you give me them fucking shoes. And they came back to me, excuse me, they must have knew I meant business, whatever. So I gave him his shoes back. I was like, I'm not hanging with these motherfuckers no more. They suckers. Like, that's how it was, you know?
And Guru was one of these guys?
No. Okay. No. You know, you got to listen to him. So, you know, it's just the bottom line. Now, fuck with you, bro.
No, I guess I misunderstood the story when I heard it before.
Listen, so this girl, Lisa, shout out to Lisa, Lisa Williams, I believe, at the time. She was living in Atlanta, too. And she said, yo, we got a homeboy over in Morehouse named Keith Elam, you know? And I said, oh, yeah, I know him from back up the way. And then that's when I went to a spot where we saw hang out. College kids hung out there called the Phoenix in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's when I ran into him. And from that point out, we was hanging every day.
And you were in college at this time, or
No,
just
I was chilling. I was
around?
out there. I worked in Lenox Mall at this place called Ship Pfeiffer's Euro Rap. People call them gyros. That's when them shits originated. Like they was, you know, I was out there like that. And plus, I sold mad weed. Like I was the weed dude for real. So this is what I was doing. And then they voted me student union. They had a black student union, and I was the president.
Okay.
But I didn't even go there because you didn't have to go there. Like you just could be voted. They voted me and shit. So
they probably just assumed you went there.
No, they knew I was hanging out. You know, they knew I had bags. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't just assume you went there though? Thought you were always there on campus.
I mean, some could have.
Yeah,
because you know it's 4 colleges in that area.
Yeah.
Clark, Morris Brown, Morehouse, and Spelman. So like people know, who knows, man. You know what I'm saying? I was young, you know, football player looking dude. You know what I'm saying? Kind of cut up a little something. I had mad chains back then too. So, you know what I mean? That young baller type shit, man, having fun, man. You know, trying to figure life the fuck out, and life's trying to figure me out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, man. Just that was some of the questions we had on the Facebook page. So anytime if you watch it, make sure you comment, make sure you like, subscribe, wherever you're watching. Leave a comment if you want us to answer any questions, this and that. So I think we're pretty much over the hip hop for the week, but we keep with football because we were kind of just talking about football. Aaron Rodgers agrees to a 4-year extension to remain the Packers quarterback, and I think they're giving him I guess I should have looked this up, but I feel like they give him $50 million a year.
$200 million is what's to be said, but more power to them. I mean, they want to be relevant. What's the translation saying? The translation is saying that the backup quarterback is ass. You know, because they drafted Love, I believe it's Jordan Love in the first round, and when you do that, you're supposed to be a player.
Yeah.
And if he could play, they would not be giving Aaron Rodgers $200 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, so 4 years. I can see maybe signing a 1-year contract to let him get ready.
They wouldn't even do that because the dude been there already on the team. Like I'll give you an example. Remember when Aaron Rodgers was the backup for years for Brett Favre?
Oh yeah.
When they let Brett Favre go, that's because they knew Aaron Rodgers could play.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I didn't realize he was 38 years old.
Yeah.
So they signed him till he was 42.
But Tom Brady's making that shit happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got Russell Wilson, who just got traded to Seattle. To Denver from Seattle, which was crazy too because they got 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, the tight end, Fant. Who else? They got somebody else to him. I forget, but and Russell Wilson goes there. But I mean, that's a proven quarterback, you know. And with their team, man, he should be pretty successful. I think he will be. You know what I mean? So it's just some crazy shit going on.
I really thought he was gone. I thought he was going to be out. I was surprised. Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
I didn't, man.
Really?
Nah, dudes should still play, man. People throwing money around, man, like potato chips, man, at a fucking hog farm. You know what I mean? Come on, they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So, and they get money. Look at Patrick Mahomes. He won 1 Super Bowl. Then he got clowned this year, but he got a $500 million contract. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. It's like, you know, but.
And football contracts aren't guaranteed, right?
No, but some of the money is. Okay. Like $183 million of them dollars for Aaron Rodgers is guaranteed.
No shit.
That means guaranteed. That means like, yo, you're getting that no matter what. You break your motherfucking baby toe and be out for 2 years, you still getting that shit. Feel me? You know, so, and then that's what they do now. Like even Kirk Cousins, he's a serviceable quarterback, but he ain't the best ever. But like he might be the richest. He got franchised twice at 20+ million. Then he signed a deal with Minnesota and then got that contract with 88 million guaranteed. And then he's probably gonna get another one. Like, so I mean, yo, that's just the game, man. They got money to spend trying to win. You know what I'm saying? That's what that really is about. Like money to spend trying to win. Nothing's better than winning, but winning again. And that's what makes them paper. You know what I'm saying? They trying to do that, man. That's what it is. So, but speaking of that, it brings me to this segment.
Oh shit, the segment time. Bam, 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 bam.
Oh, stupid as hell. Listen. One thing, Calvin Ridley.
Oh.
Wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh.
Was suspended for a year for gambling on football in the NFL. It is super stupid as hell. Reason being, he was on a break from the team for mental health reasons. That's what he said, and to get his life in order, but he still was coming back. So he decides to bet on games in the NFL, which everybody know that's just what it is. You can't do it, and he know it too. He bet $1,500 on a parlay. You know, if y'all know about betting, then you know what that means. But that he spent $1,500 to get suspended for the year, which he would have made $11 million.
I'm doing the math right
So
here.
that's stupid as hell again, right? Because you lost $1 million for now. They could retract some, who knows? But you lost $11 million.
How many games did they play? 15?
17 now.
17.
Yes, but
he was making $647,000 a game
and bet $1,500.
Wow.
Right? That would have never, even the payout wouldn't have been even close to none of that. The thing about it that's even more stupid as hell is the fact that, listen, Mr. NFL man, Major League Baseball man, hockey man, whatever the fuck you want. You know people. You got friends. Have them bet.
Yeah.
Why can't someone else bet for you? I mean, listen, the hustle is the hustle. You know, people gonna do what they want.
Yeah, take the lesson from, what was it, John Forte? Have one of your friends pick up the fucking...
I mean, but that wasn't good because he ended up going to jail for mad long.
Well, yeah, because he was recognizable, they caught on to him.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, I know that story 100%, but yeah, come on, someone else can do that for you if you feel you want to gamble. Yeah. Don't stamp your name on it. Now you lose $11 million. So officially, Calvin Ridley, you are stupid as hell. And that move is stupid as hell. It's what it is, man. I still love how you play. You still dope on that level, but on this side here, you stupid as hell.
I got one more sports if you don't...
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay, so my last sports that I had was it's Bridges Sports and Hip Hop. And Antonio Brown says that him and Kanye West are very close to buying the. What do you say? A couple? What'd you say?
No. Oh shit.
Him and Kanye West are extremely serious about buying the Denver Broncos. But for everybody who knows, who watches The Simpsons, Homer Simpson already owns the Denver Broncos. So I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Tell you fucking man. You not would be surprised though, man, what Kanye could do or whatever. Yeah. We're gonna have a black owner at some point, and there's been a lot of owners that have done crazier shit than he would ever do. I also give a shout out to Disney for using Gianna Bryant's number and mentioning Mamba mentality on the new Proud family. So rest in peace. I think that's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Them doing that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Disney for that, man. And rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and the family. You know what I'm saying? Vanessa Bryant and the rest, and the moms, pops, everybody, man. Shout out, you know. Kobe will always be remembered, but his daughter will be remembered even more, just even with things like this. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful on that level. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, that was nice. I like that.
Yeah,
it was kind of buzzkill, but
what's that?
Just it makes it just sad when you think about it.
Yeah, man. We can bring it back up. Then what else you got going? The rape accuser of Chris Brown retracts. Looks like a fool.
What a segue
for her story. Because there's some messages that actually have came through that make it look like she's just a clown. So stay tuned to that shit. That's real though. You know what I mean?
That's Chris Brown. Say it again. I stepped on it.
Nah, Chris Brown. Chris Brown. He's accused of rape. You know, by some chick at this time. Never to discredit any of that. But then there was some messages, supposedly text messages, supposedly found that is making her look not credible. You know what she was saying and text him all the time. So stay tuned, man. So y'all see what that is. Not like I really care about that shit, but I was just telling y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That was to get us away from the other.
Once again, the Danger Zone podcast. Big Shug, Mr.
DL.
And this is episode 7. Yo, he did that like Soul Train. DL.
We've been rehearsing.
Yo, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always say about Guru. Gifted Unlimited Rhymes Universal. We used to rock shows without no rehearsals. Because we never did. We be hanging out and shit. And we'd be all around the spot, chilling, whatever, and dudes be like, yo, we gotta be up on the stage at XX amount of clock. And then we'd be there. Might not even see Premier, nobody.
See, that blows my mind. DJ Premier, I don't know him that well, but DJ Premier seems like the guy who would want to rehearse.
Nah, not for other shit maybe, but not for us. Like everybody knew. Yo, we might be at some shit with thousands of motherfuckers at different parts. Maybe Guru and sometimes him and Premier be in the back. But then the rest of us to be around, and then, I was also the hype man too. So like I'd be some man that I knew in my part, like I gotta go through this crowd. Right, or we come from different places, and we might not even seen Premier since sound check. You know what I'm saying? And then dudes always was on point. We was on point all the time, man. I remember one time that we got nice in Virginia though, with our boys Terry and them. We got nice out there. I'm smoking, drinking, and went to this party, and that song Doodle Brown was out. Yo, as soon as that shit came on, Google that song. Though every woman in there grabbed all of us, grabbed everybody, everything moving, man. They was trying to hump your lights out. That shit was some fucking crazy shit. Doodle Brown, that shit was the song. But we was just straight chilling. And that shit came on, that shit, man, women grabbed everybody, just grabbing you from all parts of your shit. I'm like, But man, yeah, we did some shit, man, me and my dudes.
You said earlier that Biggie was your favorite rapper.
Right.
I'm just curious, top 5. Who are your top 5 off the top?
My top 5 rappers. My top 5 rappers would be Biggie Smalls.
Yep.
Nas. Not in any particular order. Biggie Smalls, Nas, Jay-Z. Man, Rakim. Shoot, let me see another one that I like. Shit, Rakim. Even, see, this one's where it fluctuates because I like some rappers for what happened when they came to the game. Like I thought,
they could be here all time.
I thought Chuck D was dope.
Yeah.
Because the way his voice was and the way that shit hit hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I thought his shit was so dope. Nice. And then outside of that, like those numbers, but still in the top 10 is like, you know, I like, man, I like some Tupac shit, not everything, but I did like it. Even the early shit, Brenda the Baby and all that. You know, the other dudes I respect. I used to be a real big fan of the DOC. Before he got hurt, I was like, damn, this dude's dope as shit. And then unfortunately that happened to him. You know what I mean? And then of the new guys of the day, those that Drake, like, man, on the rapping shit, he's one of my like favorite dudes, man. I like Drake and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I like a few others, man, ASAP, Rocky, and a few other a lot of new dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? I be listening to them and shit, but the all top ones are those ones. And then LL2. LL2. Because, I mean, damn, man, LL just was, he was hip-hop Santa Claus. Like, just straight coming through with the sleigh and all that, like, just bringing treats for a time, just carrying that shit, just, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then, like, moving with Preem, a lot of times you fuck with some underground people that was just dope, the movements, man, you know what I'm saying? Like Showbiz and AG, it wasn't no grimier than that on the low. You know what I'm saying? Or just different shit, man. The Nas when he first came out, and the barbecue, Live at the Barbecue, and just certain different shits was like, you know what I'm saying? You know, Ice Cube, man, when he left NWA, and then he just came back, man, hitting them with 100 miles and running on the motherfuckers. Like,
I think if there was a correct answer, who's the best rapper? I think it's probably Jay-Z. He's not my favorite, but I think Ice Cube is a serious contender for the GOAT. Because you don't think so?
Nah.
You know, come on, man. Nah. Who else was out in 1986 who still is an A-list relevant rapper? And not just because he's in movies. He still puts, every time he drops, he puts out numbers, man. Ice Cube.
So you don't think LL could do that?
Nah, LL Cool J hasn't had a good song in 20 fucking years.
I mean, for me and you, but like he's got the women fan base.
Well, he doesn't put out music anymore though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I mean. Like LL Cool J's last song was awesome. It was Ill Bomb. Like I feel like that was his last song that I remember. The LL Cool J song was Ill Bomb. Remember that song?
Mm-hmm. But Snoop too, man.
Yeah, but Ice Cube has it for 5 years on Snoop.
Yeah, but because Snoop will flip, but he put some shit out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Him and Snoop have a group right now called Mount Westmore.
Oh yeah.
With Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, E40, and Too Short. And they just hit like number 2 on the Billboard. You know, like 30-something years into Ice Cube's career.
You know, my man was too back there was fucking Spice One.
Oh, Spice One, yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker, like he used to have some shit, man. Like he you know, because a lot of the West people, I was loving that shit. I was, yo.
Poor dude got shot in his fucking car in his driveway.
Yeah, man, shit happens, man. I remember we used to do, shout out to my man Rapping Forte too. We used to do shows with them, man. Them motherfuckers did this little dance called Chopping Game and shit. This shit was crazy. I can't even do it no more, but it's just the most hilarious shit. Yo, you can see them
Rapping Forte.
Rapping Forte, man.
I'm shocked at your Ice Cube dismissal. That when I said
you know what it was,
it's gotta be up there.
You
man.
know what it is about Ice Cube? Like I think Ice Cube is dope, like because what he done and what he stands for, man, what he represents. Plus, I went on some tours with him and shit and got some sound advice from him.
Yeah.
One of the most sound advice I ever got from him is one time we were performing with them, they got 100 pizzas delivered. I don't know, what the fuck is this, 100 pizzas? And he said, you can't go wrong with cheese pizza. He said, no matter where you at in the world, you can't go wrong with that. And I was like, damn, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he said, you can't get, I've kept it ever since. But I think what it is with a lot of those rhymes of the day, that it was more simple.
Nah, he got bars, man.
But it was more simple, the delivery, than what we,
and he progressed.
What we were used to. That's what I grew up on. Because like, yo, there wasn't any intricacy in them bars. It's just the way he spit.
Yeah.
He spit some shit, but like I don't know. I was just from a different, thing. Like hearing that, like you know what I'm saying. So, like I felt like if DOC never got heard, he probably would have been like the greatest.
Yeah, but ifs and buts. Ice Cube.
Well, I mean, he's got fucked up. You know what I mean?
I've been a terror. What does it say? Fucking terror illustrates my era. Now I can't hang around my mama because I scare her.
Yo, so peep this. What was the thing you said about KRS-One?
KRS-One?
It was a little rhyme you said. On some simpleton shit.
Yeah. That Ice Cube definitely ain't no simpleton rapper. And he progressed. He doesn't still rap.
Listen what you just said.
Yeah.
Just say that line again.
Terror illustrates my era. That rhyme.
Yeah.
But now I can't hang around my mama because I'm scared.
Now see, that's simple as hell. Because
man, come on, man.
I'm gonna show you the difference.
That's not simple.
What I mean by simple is the cadence of it. That's what I'm talking. And the way you spitting it, that's simple. But, right, when you look at some of the other rappers that are spitting, like, you know, I listen to it, it flows more, like Nas flows more to me. You know what I'm saying? That shit flows.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I mean. Like, I look at Ice Cube, I don't think he whack. But like, what's that? Like I said before I got lost in the weed. What was I told you said some Simple Simon shit about KRS-One rhyming. What did he rhyme? Like you said when he rhymed what? Do you remember?
Rat and Bat.
Yeah. Now listen, see. Now Ice Cube also had a line where he was like, "I'm finto get into." Like, so to me, that's Simple Simon.
Yeah. In 1985, but KRS-One did it yesterday.
What shit, man?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen. Yo, and he also said in his line, he also said in a song, you got boo-boo rhymes. I'm like it's
said,
shit. It was shit.
I will give you that, because even on the new song that I was talking about that just hit number 2 or whatever, he says something about booger or something like that.
But like what I'm saying, don't get me wrong, I never thought he was whack. And their movement, because I felt like Eazy-E was whack, but their movement was like, what was the energy? Their movement was what they did together. Them dudes was like, you know what I mean? Because even Ren had the slow flow, precise shit.
Like you thought Ren was better than Ice Cube?
Nah, no? His delivery was though. His delivery was, but then you find out Ice Cube was the one behind all of that. You know what I mean? Just go back and listen to how they spitting.
Yeah.
They all spit differently. You know, Dre actually had the best cadence, but I guess someone was writing it for him, so he was doing it like that. Because Eazy definitely was whack as far.
Eazy he had a cool voice.
It was because at one point hip hop was, what did Guru say? It's mostly the voice is the song.
Okay.
Because at one point hip hop was about the voice. Listen to Shan, right? Okay. Listen to like how Rakim changed. Listen to how this one. Everybody sounded different. Now we can actually pull up some records with a bunch of these rappers sound the same.
Oh, yeah.
But back in the day, you knew from when you heard it who the fuck it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like even Ice Cube. Like you heard Ice Cube, you knew that was Ice Cube.
Yeah. People like would say, what was it? Action Bronson sounded like Ghostface, or what would you say earlier? Gorilla Black.
Black. But that's now. Younger? Nah, son.
So yeah,
people sounded different.
My top 5, probably my all-time.
That fat dude from D12.
Oh, he's terrible.
What's his name?
Bizarre.
Yeah, that's your man. Huh?
He has me blocked on
Fuck out
Twitter.
of here. Yeah. I know that's your man. Yo,
he has me blocked
this
on
dude
Twitter.
is wild, Rob. Yo.
So many people got me blocked. Lord Jamar, Talib Kweli.
Yeah. Damn, Talib Kweli's my man.
Bunch of people got me on that. So a bunch of people got me on that.
Yo, Talib, I'm cool with him. He all right, though. We'll talk. You know, this dude, I know you're going to see my shit because we follow. Shout out to Talib Kweli because we follow each other. That's my man. Hey, that story's even crazier. Now that you brought it up. We was on tour, the Electric Circus tour. That was Common's tour. Do you know who was basically Talib Kweli's hype man? Huh? No.
Would it be Most Def or would it be High Tech?
No.
Most Def?
I'm gonna give you one more hint that's gonna kill it.
Okay.
He's one of the richest rappers in hip hop.
Oh, Kanye West was his hype.
Kanye West.
Okay.
So Kanye's on this tour with us all the time. I'm vibing with Kanye. We kicking it and everything because we basically on the side. At this time though, he was doing beats, so he was already known.
Yeah.
Like he did some Jay-Z shit, some other shit. But we're on this tour every day. Seeing each other, whatever. Spoken with him. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna give you some beats," because that's what dudes would say back then.
Yeah.
I hit you with some beats. I probably should have took them, but because we was around each other enough. I'm saying, like, I know the dude would have like. The dude would have hit me like we were really kicking it like every day. He had chicks with him a lot though, moving around like that. But this was before he was even Kanye. He was hyping up Talib Kweli, you know what I mean? But that tour was so dope though. And then Common had a song produced by Premier. Bilal wasn't on the tour, but the song was dope. And you know, that was a little hook, whatever.
Okay.
Hey, I'm trying to remember it, right? I came out and sang that. because Common was like, "Where's Sugar at?" If you look at the Who's Hard disc, my first album that came out, there's a CD in there and it'll show Common performing. You go, "Where's Sugar at?"
Okay.
And then I came out on stage and I'm singing, but we was all like, and Talib, that was my man. Like we all hung out like every day, kicked it. I said, "It's all good." What size t-shirt you wear, man?
Me?
Yeah.
Double X.
Yeah.
Fat guy size.
He said me? He said me or him? No.
Everybody always.
That's how you looked and shit. Like something was gonna pop out there and go.
Everybody
man,
always.
You know we wear motherfucker. Huh?
If you wear a smaller shirt, you won't look as fat. And I'm just like, you're crazy.
Yo.
Because I'm like, oh, I wear bigger shirts so I don't look as fat. And like, oh, you wear smaller shirts. Why? So it's just like, sucked into my fucking
you got it
stomach.
right the second time. If you wear bigger shirts, that's how you're not supposed to be showing that. You know what I mean? But I remember motherfuckers, this dude I knew named Cedric was fat, and I had hooked him up with this bitch who was a hoe, but he was tricking a silly motherfucker. I always felt like if dudes I knew was tricks.
Poor Cedric.
I always felt like if dudes I know were tricks, right? I was getting you like if the chicks was gonna get you. I don't give a. I felt you was a clown. We could be cool, but I mean you're a trick ass dude. I'm like the fuck, man. You gonna give a bitch money really? I remember back in the day they used to give hip hop shows anywhere, and we did a hip hop show at a fucking fetish club, right? It wasn't for that night, but it was a fetish club. Now Pete, we're walking around this motherfucking dog, and I'm looking at microphones and shit and all that. You know what I'm saying? We could have had that on the segment. But there's shit sticking out the wall. You know what I'm saying? And it's shit like you know them wooden horses they had where you saw wood on all that? It's them with like shit on top of it. Then you realize like them shits is dicks. Right? You know what I mean? And shit sticking out the wall, crazy dumb shit like dildo looking shit, whatever. I was like, what type of fucking club is this? You know what I'm saying? And this shit was a fucking fetish club. We did a show there. And I guess this night it was like, you know what I mean? Like rock this shit.
There was dicks on the wall.
But yo, there was shit, I'm telling you, that shit sounds so fucking unreal.
Like leaning on the wall.
This shit, I'm talking about shit was sticking out wall. I was like, so this a fetish club, what the fuck? Motherfuckers be fucking with this? You know, it was crazy. Like, that's when they would put you, they ain't gonna pay the money, but yeah, we'll have them perform here. You don't know what the fuck that shit.
Whose job is it to
I know you glad COVID wasn't out there.
I mean, dude, like, you know, man, we would perform anywhere. Man, we recently did a show at the full show called Botofar. The place was called Botofar. It was a fucking club in a boat, like a big ass boat in the water, like in France, right? And once it got, like, dude, you go inside, it looked like a big ass ship. When you went inside, then you go downstairs, it was a club. Shit was so dope, the stage, everything. And then it was sync to where, like, it had windows on the side, you'd be all up like this. But now it's club time, and shit would go down to where the windows was like you was looking right above the water. That shit was fucking, you know what I'm saying? That club, the boat too far. I never forgot it because Jay Wu told me, yo, tonight, we're gonna rock on the boat, son. I be like, it's me, we gonna be going to cruise. He say, nah, the boat don't go nowhere. We gonna be right there, son. I'm like, yo, what the fuck you talking about, son? Then we get on the boat. Shit was dope. Once everybody's on it, then this shit just go whoop. But then everybody in there jamming, we rocking, I do my whole shit, you know what I mean? It's crazy, man.
That sounds dope, man.
Yeah, bro.
Alright, so we got my man Boston Rob here. He is on Instagram. I'll put it right here at the bottom of the screen. It's Boston Rob. I think it's Boston_Rob, but Boston has 2 S's.
Yeah,
Correct?
2 S's.
Alright, so
BOSSTON_ROB.
follow him on Instagram. We wanted him to come because today we're talking about the Treat You Better video. And Big Shug just told me that was his first video.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there. I wasn't around. But Boston Rob was there. So it would just be cool to hear them talk about how that video went down.
You were still probably incubated or whatever. But
I was wearing that bandana.
Yo, yeah, you probably were.
I probably had a bowl cut.
You probably had the bandana with a face mask connected to it. But with a Jason mask with a bandana. But yo, some other shit though. Yo, so what happened was though, when I first started rocking, I always sang. Like me and Guru used to both sing, but I always, did. So around the crew, people knew that I could sing, you know what I mean? So one time me and Premier just met, and he said, I'm gonna produce a song for you with you singing. So that's how Treat You Better came along, because he came up with that beat, I heard it, and me and Guru actually wrote the song together. It was part of it from Guru and part of it from me. And then I just delivered it and premiered it, the little harmonies, like he set it up with the vocals. But it was the shit. The thing that made it crazier is that the video was crazy because...
Well, this is your Sendog mustache days.
Yeah, I had that stash back then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had that stash, man. You know, till Sweetie Face was like, my people, the Sweetie Face was like, you gotta cut that, you know? And I was like, damn, she was right. Love her. So I was like, I'm cutting that joint. But anyway, back then I didn't care though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but you see if you Google the video, Treat You Better, you see the video, it was an actual house den of inequity. If you don't know what that is, a whole house. Oh, so okay. While I'm rocking on the microphone, there ain't nothing but prostitutes, like, dancing behind the shit. So I look like I'm chill as shit if you see the vid, but all around this shit, it don't smell like nothing but perfume and ass up in here, right? You know what I mean? It was some real shit. And then Heather Hunter, shout out to Heather Hunter, came through with some women, you know, and then so we deep up in the spot. Everybody got on bathing suits and shit except for us. And J. Rue and them there, you know, J. Rue,
People was fighting to get inside the video.
Oh yeah, they loved that. My man Rob was there, man. So he was out here, and he was there that day. So that's what's crazy. He was there, like, cause he just told me he was gonna be there, and I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But that video was just, and you know what's crazy too about the vid? So I was like, damn, that shit ain't really crack on TV. It didn't really pop, you know, like I wanted to. And then old ass men, you started coming up to me talking about I love your video. People were coming up to me talking about I love your video. I said, fuck is they seeing this video at?
It was on BET. It was that wrong cut.
Then I found out they were seeing it on the Playboy channel. You know what I mean? The Playboy channel, remember what's the name had, Sir Mix-a-Lot had put him on the glass. Like that's what unseated my vid. My vid was like #1 for weeks on that shit. I was like, yo, they was rocking on that, and I'm here, you know what I'm saying? I was chilling too, man. That was my shit, man.
It's also for those older people who didn't really like rap, but they liked the beat and that you were singing. You know
right,
you know what I mean?
Right. And then the video was like no women there. I mean, it was all women. Like,
this main girl was just pretty.
That one was, I can't remember her name, but she was from Boston, but she was actually a model for those hair products. Okay. You know when they had the black people on the products, Bronner Brothers or whatever that shit was, them little Kents, the perm kit, whatever. Yeah. She was on them shits, man.
Classy curl.
Yeah, but they was cool. She was Kweli, but he was cool, man, that day, you know. I just look at it now, I'd be like, damn, that shit was the gate.
That's the first day I met you.
Yeah, man. That's when you were the real recognized real. And he's like, yo,
Guru had that go to Zuzu Rodeo.
Yeah, man. He was drunk as shit right there too, Guru. He stayed drunk at them shits.
How long did this video take?
Oh man, now you know what it ain't like now.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you know what I mean? Like Zorro, zip, zip, zip.
Yeah. It was like all day.
That shit is hours. And lunch breaks. Cause you remember the label was paying these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm talking about it. And then you get mad food. It was like a movie. Like back then, it was doing
caterers, everything.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like filmed on film, basically. Right?
I guess, because I was just like, that shit took all day, bro. It started out in the morning. And by night, because she was trying to get different shots and shit. But that was a real strip right there, where you see right there, that was a real strip.
So how'd you find out about it? Like, how'd you end up there? You can leave anything out you don't want to. I'll edit it all, so you know what I'm saying.
100%.
But
I was riding down 11th Avenue with one of my friends, and he rolled up on me actually and told me, man, come on down here, man, some dudes from Boston out here shooting a video, man, on the corner of 23rd and 11th. So I pulled up down there, and I got introduced to everybody.
That was the day, huh?
It's crazy too, because this other dude on some real for real shit, this other dude that was there, my man, he went to school with me, he's pimping. You know what I'm saying? Look at her, she was motherfucking,
I like that.
She was a hood twist.
I always liked this look, man. I was like that super 90s look. The girls with the jeans, the jean shorts with the buttons over there. She got that super 90s right.
I got on a sweatsuit.
Not her, you'll see her.
And I got on 6 earrings. So you already know it's a motherfucking 90s.
They're all in his right ear.
Only people wearing earrings now that are that big is fucking Michael Jordan. And he only wears one of them shows.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember people wearing those sweatsuits. Biggie had, everybody had those shits.
Yeah, we used to wear the sweatsuits with Timberland boots.
Yep. And then that's what, dude, I had so many outfits I would like changed into. Right then I got on the suede blue Nikes. Right? Like, look, I changed about 4 times. That's just how it was back then. You know
I remember you told me you went on tour with y'all went on tour with NWA, I think, back in the day.
Yeah,
you said only thing they
was
needed was
No.
You said only thing they wore was Dickies. They didn't have to buy shit. Y'all was going to buy lotion, this, that, and the third.
We went out there. It was around that we did a couple of shows there. That we didn't.
Okay.
We didn't go on tour with them now. You know.
You said when everybody's going to the store to get fresh, they just going to the store to get Dickies.
Yeah, them niggas, one time they came to the crib, WC and them, in New York, and they had on fucking, those wool plaid shirts. It was summertime. Dudes was type funky too. They had
the
all
Woolriches.
that, you know, they used to that shit. Like, they can wear that shit that's 90 degrees. I'm like, the fuck?
Get a lumberjack joints on it.
Yeah,
it's hotter there than it is here, even in
that's what I mean. And that's why they be walking all slow like that.
In the desert.
You got a problem, homie? The dude's moving like this, yo. Like, yo, you got a problem?
Got a problem,
If
buster?
you move too much, you gonna fucking get out the car, fool. Motherfuckers know that you gonna get fucking sweat your ass off. You know what I mean? You can't move fast.
That's why they do drive-bys, because they don't want to get out the car because it's so hot.
And plus they got.
I just cracked the code, man.
Plus the motherfuckers got on motherfucking corduroy slippers too. Feet is hot. It was hot, son. Yo,
got the bandana, head's hot.
Yo, we
chest is hot.
We didn't even close out.
Yeah, we're about to do it, man. We're about to get out of here.
That shit hit me. I'm like, yo, I know you gonna edit it. Hey, yo.
So that was the
another one in the box, baby.
Another one in the box, number 7. Shout out to Boston Rob. Shout out to Rue Family Moving, as usual, for helping us out.
Rue Family Moving Company. They've been your neighborhood moving company for over 10 years, offering swift, efficient, and stress-free moving. Just call Rue Family Moving at 978-398-2784, online at ROUXFamilyMoving.com.
Glad y'all was here. We're going to keep on pushing. It's going to get greater later, man. Don't make excuses, because excuses have no purpose. That's the bottom line, baby. Big Shug, Mr.
DL.
Episode 7. Out.
Peace.
On my dark days, I chopped crack on a regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on a regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure the hard I have. You joke when I stab. Grands in my pocket and still caught a cab.